Let's talk a little bit about the differences in playing a mandola and a mandolin. This is the mandola. This is an Eastman mandola. This is a mandolin. This is an elkhorn mandolin. And as you can see, the mandola is quite a bit larger. It corresponds to a viola, and the mandolin corresponds to a violin. Look at the difference in scale length here. The bridges are the same, and the mandola has basically a 2-fret larger reach right here. It's got quite a bit longer scale to it, quite a bit thicker, bigger body, longer stretch. As you probably know, the mandola, these are the bottom 3 strings on the mandolin: A, D, a G, and the mandola has a C string on it. The mandolin has the same notes, G, D, A, and has a high E. Because the scale is shorter though, it still sounds different. So this note sounds different. I'm sorry. Even though that's the same pitch, there's more of a high frequency sort of thing going on here. So if you're going to play the mandola, if you're playing a vocal song, it doesn't really make any difference. You just play. So. No big deal. You just play the thing. But the tricky part is when you get to a fiddle tune. So let's take a tune like Whiskey Before Breakfast. If you were playing that on the mandolin, or if you walk into a jam session, the key of the tune is going to be D. Everybody's going to play Whiskey Before Breakfast in D because that's what key it's written on the fiddle. So on the mandolin, then it would go like this, for instance. We would start here on this string. And the B part goes up. Alright, so when you come to the mandola, you've got 2 choices here. You can start on the D string and get your strap untangled first of all. You can start on the D string, which is up here, and you can play it the same sort of way. So like this. Now when you get to the B part, you're going to have to shift. So like that, sort of. So you could either play it you can do that, or you can take advantage of the notes that the mandolin doesn't have. You can take advantage of the low C string, and you can shift the whole melody down, so you can play it in a closed position, or a different position at least. So you could go like this, for instance. And I think to me that makes more sense mandola wise. It gets you into a different sort of range the mandolin can't cover. It kind of uses the meat of the neck a little bit different. So obviously you're probably going to play both breaks. You know, you're going to learn them both and shift up into the high position and come back down into the low. So that's your mandola. But what I think the mandola is really good for, in my limited experience in messing with the thing, is for vocal accompaniment because it's deeper and you can take advantage of this low C string. So you take a tune like Wayfaring Stranger, for instance. We play that in A minor. So here's your A minor chord, and you get the C is part of that chord. So you can do this kind of thing. that's kind of a fun thing to do. You get the deeper sound. It's a little bit of a fuller sound. You can use some more open strings, all of which you can do on the mandolin, of course, but it's a higher pitched sound. Might not go as good as well with a vocal accompaniment. So that's how I intend to use the mandola, as that sort of thing. I'm going to learn fiddle tunes on it. They're in different positions. I will say one thing, is like if you're playing in D here, I'm playing Whiskey for Breakfast in D, it's the same fingering that I would use on the mandolin if I was playing in A. And so, fooling around with fiddle tunes, all I'm doing essentially is I'm relearning the fiddle tune in the position of what would be A on the mandolin. So, it teaches me a few things about the respective instruments. When I pick up the mandolin and go to the key of A, I can play these same sort of shapes and stuff that I've been working at that maybe I wouldn't have done otherwise. So going to the mandola kind of pushes you into a different country, a different territory that you might not explore if you just stayed on mandolin. If you're smarter and you're a good mandolin player, you'll probably explore that territory. But people like me need to be pushed a little bit. So mandola is good for that. So, and again, this is an Eastman HDA 815 SB. It's surprisingly a nice instrument. The workmanship is very, very good on it. The binding is really clean. Everything's real clean about it. It's a well-made mandola. And can't beat them for the price. I mean, they're Chinese. I wish they weren't Chinese. One of these days I'm going to get me a Collings, and then I'll be back into the American-made instrument. But in the meantime, here it is. It's fun to play. Certainly good, excellent value for the price. So, mandola.